Hello, Personality Type 5. Let's pull some cards for you today. What is the message for the Type 5? I'm starting with my Archetype cards. Woo! I'm smiling because I recognize you in the card that I pulled right away. Definitely for you. Go. Another great card for the Type 5. I am totally loving this message already for you, Type 5. So Type 5s are such deep introverts and they're so quiet. But I am such a fan. I'm such a fan of the Type 5s. Some of my most beloveds are Type 5s. So the first card that I pulled for you is called the Visionary. And that's why I was smiling, is because Type 5s are incredible visionaries. And in my description of the types in my book called Your Vitality Personality, I've named the highest purpose for the Type 5 as vision. You are such natural visionaries. So let me read you what the light attribute of the visionary is. Capacity. Wait, sorry, I'm blind. Hold on. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Without regard for personal gain, because Type 5, the light name, the what I call your vitality personality name is called the Sage, but the primal persona name, the shadow attribute of your personality type, is named the Miser, who is a hoarder of money, of resources, of information, keeping yourself to yourself, keeping all of your stuff to yourself, not being interested in sharing. So part of being a visionary is sharing because it's good, because it's the right thing to do, because it helps other people, whether it benefits you or not. So you're being encouraged to share more of your wisdom and insight, whether it makes you money or not, whether there's something in it for you. You're being invited to join society. Type 5s are deep introverts. They tend to want to just be alone with themselves. They don't want to engage. They don't want to share. They feel like everything is a drain on their energy, which it is not. You're just telling yourself that. So you're being encouraged to join the world. You have so much to offer. You are so intelligent and so wise. You really love to explore areas that most people don't know anything about. You tend to become experts in things other people don't know about. And don't keep that to yourself. Your wisdom is beneficial to others. Capacity, I still can't see. The light's kind of bright too. To envision what is not yet conceivable to others. Yeah, I feel like Type 5s have an enormous amount of intuition. I do not hear anybody talking about that about Type 5s. Type 5s are a head type, but I find that, I mean, normally when we think of people who are in their head and they're so brainy and intellectual and scholarly, it's sort of all like logic and not in intuition. But you have such a special mind, Type 5. You have equal access to your right and left brain. The left brain is that analytical, logical mind. The right brain is creativity, intuition, feelings, and you actually have just as much access to that as the logic. And this helps you envision the future. This helps you invent things that nobody else has seen before. You're being invited to open yourself up to receiving that kind of visionary information. As I've been saying to the other types, we are moving into a new era. All of the old must collapse and fall apart, and we're being ushered into a higher time. Ooh, I'm getting somebody's patting me on my arm telling me, yep, you're on it. So this message is for you, type 5. Yeah, somebody, I got lipstick on my teeth. Hold on. Who is that tapping me on my shoulder? They're saying, yes, yes, yes. Go into your intuition. You have deep insight. It might not make logical sense, but you just have feelings about things. They're right. That's what I'm being told. Your visions, your understanding of what can come is so important right now. So important. Type 5s are the inventors. They take that expertise that they've acquired that most people don't have, and they use it to create the next thing. They use it to move us forward as a society. Again, this requires you to join the world. You think you're supposed to be a hermit. You know you're not supposed to be a hermit. Your natural tendency is to become a hermit, but you can feel that that's not good for you. I know that. I know that because of how many type 5s I love and have close relationships to, and that is what they all confess. I've been isolating myself too long. I do feel loneliness, even though I don't like to admit it. I do wish that I could connect more easily with others. You can connect more easily with others with exactly this information. Your insights, your higher understandings. They are so important right now. They're moving us into a higher timeline. They're moving us into a better future. Speak up, speak out, share, contribute. Okay, the next card, I also so love for you, type 5, the Alchemist. The Alchemist. You are a magician. You are so freaking magical, type 5. Transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Okay, so the base motives and goals is referring to what I was talking about the type 5. What's in it for me? I only put in an effort if I'm going to benefit from it. I don't really care about other people or what's going on for other people. I don't care if it's bad for them as long as it's good for me. All of that is the dark side of the type 5. That is when you are at your most closed, your most contracted. You're being invited to open up and to transform those impulses into the desire to serve the greatest good. You are being invited to care and to transform darkness into light. The reason that I say the type 5 is so magical, I feel like the type 5s are mages. You receive information, intuitive downloads that are light codes, sacred geometry. If you could be a movie character, you're Gandalf. You're the wizard. You know the shit, right? You know it all, and you're not afraid of straight power. You can totally wield and harness power, but you must use it for the good of all. Look at the other wizard. You want to be Gandalf. You don't want to be Saruman, is that his name? Right? The selfish wizard, the one who was seduced by power instead of serving the greater good. You have both potentials within you, and you are being invited to embrace the light. You came here to be a powerful mage who moves us through advancement into a higher timeline, into a better future. You must share. Okay, and then the third card that I pulled for you is the shadow attribute of the storyteller. The storyteller. The shadow attribute of the storyteller is making up tales that harm others. That doesn't remind me of you. Hold on. Is type 5 making up tales that harm others? Yes. I don't know how to interpret that one. I'm going to get the little book out. Hold on. I need some guidance on how to interpret that one for you. Okay, it says reflects a desire to impose order on what sometimes seems like a chaotic and random universe. Shadow storyteller manifests when we can't resist making up a story to conceal something we don't want to be truthful about, or misusing a skill to our own advantage when sharing information. So the part that is ringing true for me for a type 5 is concealing something we don't want to be truthful about. That is that hoarding nature of the type 5, that keeping the information to yourself. Okay, that is what's ringing true for me. I don't find you to be like an overt liar and manipulator. I don't encounter that in the type 5. You're more a withholder of the truth. So perhaps you are sitting on information that would be of use to someone or to the world. Perhaps you are keeping information to yourself that deserves to be told. That would be in alignment with that hermit energy of the type 5, that wanting to keep yourself to yourself. You need to share the truth. You need to share what you know. That's what I'm getting. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. You need to share what you know. That goes along with the rest of the cards that we pulled for you. Okay, let's pull some dragon cards. Let's get some more information. Type 5. What are the cards for the type 5, please? One. Okay. The first card that I pulled is Narcissism versus Empathy. Okay. So, like I was saying before, type 5s do not always embody empathy, caring about other people's feelings. Type 5s believe themselves to be alone in the world. They want to be alone in the world. They don't want to have to care about other people's feelings and needs. They find that a burden. They feel like it shouldn't apply to them. They only want to look out for number one. And of course, none of us came here to only look out for number one. We came here to be of service by being who we are in our highest and best form serves all. So empathy versus narcissism, there is an arrogance to the type 5's intellect. You are really freaking smart. You do know a lot more than most people, because while they were out being social, you were staying home studying. You were keeping to yourself, learning deep stuff that other people don't know. And I do find that type 5s can be kind of arrogant and condescending about how much smarter they are than everybody else, and finding themselves to be superior to other people, smarter. The type 5 really tries not to feel any emotions at all. They really disconnect from emotionalism, and they try to be just a mind with no body and no heart. And this can really leave you with a cold state of mind, a cold, sober clarity that does not acknowledge your humanity or other people's humanity. So you are being encouraged to remember that you are part of society. You are connected to other people. You have feelings and they have feelings. Acknowledge them, respect them, be courteous and caring. Does that ring true for you, type 5? How can you show up with more empathy for others? I'm confused about this card, this type 2 card. Is this card the right card for type 5? Yeah, says yes. Okay, let me look it up. Care versus codependence is the card that I pulled. It doesn't remind me off the bat of a type 5, so I need to investigate a little further on why is this card for you. Okay, the message that resonates for me about the type 5 is the statement, I'm frustrated when people don't appreciate my help. Because you do have a lot to offer, type 5. It's subtle. You're not a helper in the typical way where, here, let me do that for you. Oh, I see that you aren't okay. Is there anything I can do for you? That's not how a type 5 helps. The type 5 helps with their mind, with what they know, with what they analyze, with that lack of emotionalism. They're able to have clarity about situations. A lot of people get, as you know, get so mired down in their emotionalism that they're kind of lost. You have such mental clarity that it is really helpful to other people. Your calm assessment of the facts and your analysis of the best way to move forward, that is how you do help. You are really able to cut to the chase, to cut through the noise and get to the point of what makes sense, what would be smart. And that is how you help other people, but it can be dismissed. I think that it doesn't always get taken seriously or appreciated because it's being delivered in without that emotionalism. When somebody's upset, and somebody else says to them, well, why don't you just do X, Y, Z? And they feel reactive because they're in an emotional state. And so they feel like their feelings have not been validated, and therefore they're not taking in actually the wisdom of the advice that you've given. So that can lead to some frustration for you of feeling like you are trying to help and you are trying to contribute, but it's gone unnoticed. So maybe you could deliver it in a different tone. Maybe there is a way to say it that with a warm up. So instead of saying something like, well, why don't you just so and so, that kind of reveals contempt or maybe doesn't acknowledge the feelings, could you acknowledge the feelings first before you lead in to the next part, which is the great advice? Could you slow down and actually acknowledge the feeling that you see in front of you? So you could say something like, I know it really makes you feel defensive when XYZ, but it seems to me that the best way to handle it would be to 1, 2, 3. Sort of slowing down, don't skip the emotional part of people's needs. You know what feeling's coming at you because you can feel it. You're trying to avoid feeling it. You're trying not to see it. But I'm telling you, 5s are wicked intuitive. You really do get it. It's just, there's this knee-jerk feeling within you that other people's feelings are too intense for you. Other people's emotions are going to swallow you up. Is that really true, type 5? Can you be swallowed up? Can something really terrible happen to you if somebody around you is feeling strongly about something? Actually, you're totally fine, right? This is something that we tell ourselves automatically without even really thinking it through. And it's not true that being around people with feelings is going to harm you in some way. Acknowledge what you see. Name the feelings that you see coming forth in other people. It really calms people down as soon as they feel seen and heard. And so as soon as you can validate the feelings that you see are coming up within someone, then they're ready to hear. And here's what you could do about it. And I think that it's a better way to look at it like this. And then it wouldn't bog you down with all that emotionalism. It's so helpful. Okay, and then the final card that I pulled for you is Scarcity versus Manifestation. Type 5s. You have the biggest scarcity mindset of all the personality types. Scarcity mindset means I believe that there's not enough to go around. I have to get mine. I better just look out for me because there's not enough for everybody. That is not true. And by investing in that belief, you create more of it. You help create a dog eat dog world when you believe in a dog eat dog world. The alternative is manifesting, is understanding your incredible power to attract what you want through visualization. You are the visionary. You have incredible vision. You have both analytical capacity and intuitive capacity in equal measure. This makes you an incredible magician. So again, you need to be in the heart, not in the mind. I'm telling everybody this, but you are such a head type. The true way to manifest your desires comes from being in the heart, not in the mind. Feeling love, feeling generosity, feeling trust, feeling surrender. This is what opens you up and gives you access to the flow of the universe, which is incredible power. You are the ones who can wield incredible power. You are the mage. So remember, instead of believing in a universe where only some people can win, and so you better just take care of you, actually, it's a universe where everybody can have what they want through manifestation. You are never limited. You can always have whatever you need, regardless of what anybody else is doing. Let everybody succeed. Let everybody know the truth. Let everybody have the information. It won't hurt you. It will not limit your life. The more you give, the more you receive. The more the universe, when you speak the language of the universe, which is abundance, love, generosity, when you speak that language, that is when you have access to all the power. When you hold yourself in resistance, when you close yourself off, when you shut yourself down, you are not in flow. That is when life feels so limited and small, and that you have to struggle for everything you have, is when you are in resistance to flow. So what are your action steps? What are the best next steps for type 5, please? What are the best next steps for type 5, please? Oh, I pulled extra cards. Let me see if I'm supposed to give you 4 cards. Are all 4 of these cards intended for type 5? Yes. Thank you. I mean, this is a powerhouse. These are powerhouse cards. The Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Abundance, the Queen of Money, and meeting all your physical needs. So this this just builds on that whole scarcity conversation we just had. Abundance. You are to invest in abundance, to believe in abundance, to acknowledge abundance exists. Abundance means there's plenty for everybody. And that is the truth of the universe, and that is how the flow works. There's plenty for everybody. I believe in it. I serve it. This also has to do with taking care of yourself, your physical self, your body, your home, because type fives, this is a weak spot for you. I am an acupuncturist. I have been studying the health behaviors and patterns of the personality types for almost 15 years now. And type fives take the worst care of themselves. Type fives, taking care of your body means eating nutritious food at appropriate times of day. In the morning, sunrise, sunset, that is when you should eat, not in the middle of the night, and certainly not the same thing for 3 months straight. The same horrible, bad for you thing. I find fives to have really perverse cravings and favorite foods. They really love their creature comforts. I had this one type five patient, genius guy, a visionary inventor. And he told me that his favorite thing in life is to go out to get hot dogs from the gas station at 2 a.m. That he does that every night. And I'm treating him for hair loss and for poor immune function and poor sexual function. Well, what's your body supposed to run on if you're eating hot dogs in the middle of the night? I've got a type five in my family. She's a rice addict in the middle of the night. So eating during the day, not in the middle of the night. Type fives are night owls. You want to get in the rhythm of life, please, with the sun. Okay. Again, I feel like that night owl thing is a version of the type five, withdrawing from the world, keeping themselves to themselves, being up at night where nobody else is up and you can avoid engaging with the world. And then also keeping things clean. I find type fives to totally let their house fall down around them because they find cleaning to be insignificant, not important. The life of the mind is the only thing that they find important. And that is not true. And it would really help your morale if you would set aside all the mentality for a while and vacuum, do your laundry, wash your sheets. I find that type fives just really don't want to attend to taking care of their home, taking care of themselves. They just, like I was saying before, they just want to be a mind only and not a body and not a heart. You have a heart and a body that needs attention. Okay. Next card is the World. Fabulous, awesome card. The sky's the limit. The world is yours. This is about self-mastery. This is about accomplishment. This is about unity of mind, body, and heart. You have the world when you are aligned with the flow. Being complete, being whole. You are not just a mind. You do have a body. You do have feelings. All of that needs to be acknowledged and expressed and enjoyed. Enjoying your body, enjoying being a physical being. Letting yourself feel love and gratitude. Letting yourself be touched. That is how you receive all that you desire. And then also I've pulled for you the Temperance card. Harmony, balance, moderation. Type fives are so extreme, really out of balance type fives. You know that's true, right? Just like I was saying, up all night, sleeping during the day, eating crap, not caring about your health, your cleanliness, your environment, or other people's environment. Bringing yourself into balance, allowing yourself to be not only a mind, also a body, also a heart, a spiritual side to you, connection to source, connection to the divine. You are highly, highly intuitive. You are receiving guidance from the other side, from the non-physical. Letting yourself experience all of that, you'll really love your life. Type fives can be really dark, can be really depressive and bleak. But these cards are abundance, the world, balance, harmony. I mean, this is your heart's desire. This is joyfulness. Did you even know you were capable of living a life of joy? It is available to you. It's knocking on your door. Are you going to receive? Interesting. I pulled the Seven of Pentacles for you, which I also pulled for the type 6 recently. But this is about being in the middle of the journey and assessing the progress thus far. Do you tend to feel impatient? Are you feeling annoyed that you're not a master yet? Because you love to feel like a master. You want to be an expert. That is what you believe will give you, then you'll feel ready to act once you know everything, once you are the expert. Type fives really care a lot about not wanting to look foolish, not wanting to humiliate themselves, not wanting to be embarrassed because they don't know how to do something, but that has you waiting. So this is having you find patience in, you're not a master of everything. You're not an expert of everything, and that's allowed. It is a journey. Let yourself be on the journey. Enjoy the journey. How far have you come so far? Where did you start out and where are you now? And feeling appreciation for your growth and your progress. Even if you're not there yet, you certainly will get there. You are determined to become a master of something. Loving yourself anyway, loving yourself all along the journey, even when you don't know everything, even when you're not the master or the expert yet, you can still love yourself and enjoy your life. Well, type 5, this was a bit of a kick in the pants. I know you don't mind someone speaking frankly to you. You like knowing the truth. You like knowing the real truth about things. It is time for you to move yourself into balance and to join the world and to realize that you have something important to contribute that other people need. We love your intelligence. We love your insight. We love your inventions that make life better. Thank you so much, type 5s, for all that you bring to the table. I'm sending you love and light. To take the free personality type quiz, join the membership, get the book, or schedule a private guidance session, get everything you need at yourvitalitypersonality.com.